Yes.
But see, the town of Burrville, we always had a problem with the town of Burrville. Because
Yeah,
we would challenge them at all costs.
as you should.
Due to the fact that we have never had anybody to represent us as the people. They want to represent the town, the place, but not the people.
Gotcha.
So, you know, see that lot right there? It's a lot right there. It's about 2 acres, right beside the cemetery. So they had it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they,
Okay.
I mean, you know, you can see it from Oshawa to you.
Okay.
Between the ball field and you talking
No,
about?
not over here.
Okay.
It's right beside.
I'm looking at this map right here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's a road
Oh,
right
yes.
out that way.
So they had a little article in the paper, I guess 2015, 16, something like that. It had George Williams Estate, Milton Valley Cemetery versus the town of Burrville. So I called that number. Because if I didn't see it, they was going to auction that piece of property off.
Wow.
So I called that number and I said, I didn't think their people pay taxes. You know.
Yeah.
So everything stopped. So the county had it in their records wrong. They had it under the George Williams estate. Josephine was the first 2 lots. Her brother Philip Williams was the 3rd lot. And George was the 4th. So they had it all in there.
Right.
So nobody knew.
Yeah.
So the town used to let it grow. They only cut it twice a year. So they would let it grow up and grow up. And then they bring their bush hogs in there and then they added more taxes to it and all that stuff. So it was a black lawyer in Winchester. She did a pro bono because Mary Daniels, she's a judge now. She represented us for the county. So she kept on telling me, "Dee, look up Philip Williams." So we did the research. So we got the property. The county wrote the taxes off right away. The town, we had to go to a meeting and all that stuff. But there was more taxes on the town than it was on the county. But now we got the property.
You got the property.
But if I didn't see that little paragraph, they was gonna auction that piece of property off. Because nobody knew, they had it in their system wrong.
Right.
So Philip Williams, he lost the land for taxes, and some Riggamore man, he bought it, and he conveyed it over to the cemetery in the 1800s. So
Okay.
the Lord always make me see things.
Oh yeah, as you should. Yeah. I mean,
So I fight for this street because I done seen what these old people have done for me.
yeah.
You know.
Do you think there's more to Josephine City?
Huh?
Do you think there's more land to Josephine City?
But they can't find the name. I always say that, what's his name, that McCormick man, he probably was her father. So that's probably why she got it. I don't know.
No, and I mean, that's reasonable to assume, which.
That's what I thought.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, if they could monetize anything about black people, I recently read a book, they were her property, how these white women in the South, you know, want to come off as all sweet and gentle. They would hire out their own wet nurses to other people. So it's completely possible that Josephine was
Yeah, that
the
McCormick.
captain's
Yeah.
daughter, because these poor women just had no chance.
Yeah,
Except we knew that we were gonna make a way out of no way.
for sure. Do you think that, in your opinion, and this could be a loaded question, if he was still alive, this would have happened?
Probably not. See, she was broke.
Right.
See, they were saying she was trying to make lives better, but they found out that she was broke. And people, white people didn't buy
either.
it.
Went on sale
So,
2 times.
yeah, so the free slaves were, so.
Believe that? So they basically saved her life after what her husband had
Yeah.
done
Yeah.
in the cause, because he was, of course, in the Army, the Civil War Army. This area here is so rich in history, it is absolutely amazing. Not only the black communities here, but outside, where Civil War battles were fought and this happened. It's really amazing. But as far as African American history, we're probably the only thing in, 60 miles maybe?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, Josephine, Street. But I always say Josephine City / Street. They still got a lot of black folks here. Millwood, Louisville, and all those other ones.
Gone.
Almost gone. You got a few black people in Millwood,
Uh-huh.
because all of us went to school together and stuff. You don't have too many in Louisville.
None in Gaylord,
No. Yeah.
except us.
No, it's a couple.
Oh, really? I need to find that out. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
see anybody down there.
Oh,
Yes.
Gaylord Hotel.
They down there.
Does that have? I'm pretty sure it doesn't. But the Gaylord Hotel, does that have any?
The resorts and everything.
No, this is Gaylord when you go down 340 towards Charlestown.
Yeah.
It's just a little bridge. It's a little bridge, and then it's Gaylord right over on that side.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow. You got some work to do.
But Millwood, they had a whole lot of black folks too.
Mhm.
But most of them, like I said, they either went in the service. Mr. Radcliffe was the last principal here, so he made sure the last class in '66, which one of my cousins was in that class, made sure they either went to college, to the service, or went and got a job. You're not gonna get a job in Park County because that building down there, who you talk to, Christy Duncan, them, I always ask them, "Well, y'all gonna integrate this building?"
Yeah, these are.
Well, the jobs that were available were horse people, like my sister-in-law, who, you know, with the white guys who own these horses and races and stuff, working in whatever available plants there were, or what would have been the third?
Oh yeah, they got a plant over here. Yeah, they got a
Mhm.
plant. But people are educated now. They're not trying
That's
to.
the only job they
They're
have.
not trying to work in the plants.
Yeah. So, a couple of ideas, that we have is definitely preserving these buildings, turning them into potential rental properties.
Or whatever the owners
Oh.
want, as long as the county doesn't get its hand on them.
Correct.
Because
The
I talked
town.
to the girl this morning, Donna, and I'll call her and see if you might want to talk to her.
Yeah.
I don't just like to get people's telephone numbers.
Yeah, for sure.
But she called me this morning, so she was thinking about this grant right here. But like I was trying to explain to her, this grant right here, this grant right here, it's usually you gotta match, or you gotta sign something. You gotta sign your property over to a 501c3. Because one time they wanted all these houses when they signed over to the museum under the 501c3. But like I try to tell them, these properties are 5 generations back.
Wow.
And,
Okay.
and
So
the
that
house
was-
on the corner. Richard Jenkins. He lives in D.C. So I stay in contact with all of them. Cause I got a letter.
Well, it's
this
interesting.
morning.
Maybe if they,
Yeah, somebody did.
those families got letters from another group that's interested in preserving them, like a third party, maybe they would say something different with them, you think?
But they're not signing over their property.
Oh,
They don't want.
Period.
They don't even have any interest at
Oh,
all.
I mean, I know they not. I mean, from what I know of them,
Yeah.
I don't think they are. So that house without the roof on it blew off one time. But a black guy, he took it, got it at auction. He could have got it cheaper, but they kept on raising it up. So he got it at auction. So,
do you know what he's gonna do with it?
huh?
Do you know what he's gonna do with it?
But he just lost his son, so I haven't been.
Oh, that's right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Sorry to hear
So
that.
I lost a kid. I'm not.
yeah.
Not getting into it. So I just went down there and I told the town that he lost his son, so don't be messing with him right now.
Yeah.
And then another guy that owned one of the properties, he just lost his wife, so his wife was gonna get buried on a Sunday. So I just had my guy over there to dig the grave earlier today. So I mean,
Yeah.
So what do y'all want to do with the property? Y'all want the property to be signed over to you all or something?
I mean, we would love to restore potentially. We would love to, like, farming, this new, you was talking about it earlier with the technology, hydroponics, and
Mushrooms,
yeah.
there's a number of things, particularly with this COVID.
Yeah.
folks are getting older and this medicine is not working.
For sure. So we definitely want to, you know, that organic farming and teaching our people how to farm with the resources that we have in our backyard and of you know, coming straight from the earth. But we also want to piggyback or help and amplify what you guys are doing for Juneteenth. This could be the first install or the first kind of call to action to where we can bring a lot of people here, and we can have a, you know, a sit down round table. We could talk to whomever is in charge or get a Q&A. We want people to see what's going on first. And then from there we can figure out how we can get involved. But the Juneteenth celebration would be more like a festival type where we see what's going on in Josephine City, but then we add elements, add workshops, add things of that nature that can encourage and motivate people to come out here more, and then get involved. Because I think as it pertains to raising capital, that's not hard. But we need to figure out where it's going to go and then what we can do when we get the capital.
See, we was trying to have Juneteenth on Josephine,
Yeah,
but due to the fact that they didn't know when they gonna put in the new water lines,
yeah.
and then Keith telling me, oh, well, you could just go on one side of the street. I said, you're doing this so you can sabotage. So we had to move it to the fairgrounds.
To the fair. So the fairgrounds, where is the fair? Is that plot right there? Is that the fairgrounds? Or?
No, the fairground is not. That's up there by the high school.
Oh, by the high school. Up there?
Yeah.
Where's the high school?
That way.
That way. Near the little water thing, right?
The water tower.
The water
There's
tower.
water tower in town, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Why not there?
Oh,
Because we don't have all that electric and stuff.
Gosh.
and bathroom
Right.
facilities.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
where you go.
But we can bring that.
Well, I know, I mean, you know, we was gonna get the Johnny Blues and all that stuff.
Yeah.
and,
We can get generators and things of that nature.
Well,
but they had already put the information out there where it's gonna be at.
So,
Gotcha.
plus in terms of if we're still alive and social distancing, that was a big issue too.
Yeah.
Do you happen to have your last minutes with you, the copies? I took mine home.
Oh, no, I don't have it here, but
But it's on
I
the-
send him the website and all that stuff and the information.
Right,
Okay.
right. Dee Dee and another lady were the spearheads of this organization, but I at one point brought up this idea of something like you said about something informational in terms of music.
Gotcha.
There's not one thing that white people have made originally. Nothing. So my son and I have been listening to blues
Yeah.
and those sharecropper songs and how Led Zeppelin
Yeah.
and Clapton have been sued over the years for stealing these people's music.
Yeah.
We thought that would be great, but you know, I'm not in charge, so we don't have anything on the agenda.
No,
But
we on the committee.
we're on the committee, so
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys can, you
I'm
know.
not the only one on the committee.
Okay.
I might be on a whole bunch of committees, you know. I'm on the committee for the cemetery, the museum, the JIA, I mean, you know.
So we do have a building in which there is the toilets, and we're gonna have, at least in there, a silent auction table. So, I mean,
And then we were supposed to have the displays of history about Josephine.
informational. So, yeah, we are working on something like that, and absolutely.
yeah. So I definitely between now and then would like
Need to
to
get,
build a, you know, like a informational video that we can run. Obviously, I think bringing vendors out here with
We've been looking for some. I got a few yesterday.
yeah vendors.
Yeah, I see.
You know, African print. My mom is big into African art as well.
oh my gosh. that
So
right there.
you know, I want to make it as big as possible
Well-
per the limitations.
Right.
But I do want to let you young ladies know that if you
tell me, hey, we're having this issue, and they're not letting us do that. That's the information I do need to know, because that's when we can leverage our youth, our enthusiasm, and also our resources financially to kind of push that envelope. Because another one of the reasons why we're here is to tell the narrative, right? And to push that this is important. And if we have to raise hell, I don't mind doing it.
Yeah, well, push that narrative to tell the town to
for sure.
leave those houses alone.
For sure, for
So
sure.
like I said, this other organization coming in
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, because see what I'm saying is one house last winter,
Uh-huh.
the roof took and caved in.
Okay.
So they were supposed to be working with the family. So the same day that they met with the family, they already had it in the paper.
Wow.
They already had it in the paper. So of course, you know, I was down there,
Yeah.
and they gave them like 15 to 30 days to have their house down.
Yeah.
And if they didn't have their house down, then they was gonna come in there and take it down, and then they was gonna charge the family $20,000.
Wow. Wow.
So I had a friend in West Virginia, and I knew he had all this equipment and stuff. So he came over there the next day when I called him. He was trying to knock her down there, and I said, no. But him and my brother and them, they got it down.
Yeah.
So then the town manager, he came out there and told them that they had to do something underground or whatever. And my brother, you know, he did concrete work for years and years. He said, man, nobody's messing with that stuff. If we break some pipe down there, then the family gonna be responsible. So we just called Mission Utility, and we had Mission Utility to spray around, and they put that little orange fence around. So they didn't mess up nothing.
Yeah. I mean, we would definitely want to help
Okay.
the piping system as well. You know, restoration